Hey guys, this is Steven, also known as iSlick from Magneto. Here I am bringing a review to Magneto number 10. Written by Colin Bunn, art by Javier Fernandez and Gabriel Hernandez Walt, and color by Dan Brown and Jody Belair. As for the summary of this issue goes, Red Skull has captured Magneto and decides to put him through a nightmare torture of a long-forgotten enemy. Will he avenge his enemy or accept defeat? Now, I'm going to discuss with you what I did like and what I didn't like in this issue. For what I did like, I thought this was another amazing issue that Colin Bunn gives. It really digs deep it digs deeper into Magneto's phobia, and it's some pretty sad stuff that you get to see here. It's very tragic when you see how Red Skull brings out a ghost of a man named Hitzig, which is a guy who, terrified Magneto during the times of the concentration camps in World War II. So it's just crazy how you get to see how the memory of this man can rip him apart piece by piece. It's like you see all the things that Magneto cherish, all the things he care about, like his grandchildren, his kid, his children and grandchildren, and his past lovers. He takes them away from him, and it just tears him apart. He feels broken, and it makes him feel powerless. It's pretty interesting how you see that in Magneto. And as you see this in Magneto, you start to feel deep sorrow for him. You feel sympathy, and you also want to, cheer for him and motivate that Magneto can pull through this, can bring the strength inside out of him to defeat what he sees in front of him. And this issue just proves how an amazing writer Colin Bunn can be when it comes to emotions. He really makes you feel for a fictional character, and that means a lot to me, because that's what I would really want in these comic book characters. Now, as what I didn't like in this issue, I have very mixed feelings on the art. There's two artists in this issue. Gabriel Hernandez does the main art that focuses on the present time, and I think Javier Fernandez does the nightmare sequence that Magneto goes through. And with Gabriel, he continues to do an amazing job on the face expressions, but I think he still needs to improve on character models. Sometimes it does look good and very solid, but sometimes it's not solid. The structure is kind of sloppy. It's like a walking toothpick. It comes out not as detailed, and it comes out lazy sometimes and very sloppy. I don't know. I just wish the art was better in some of the panels. And for Javier, I don't know. It seems like he is a bit worse than Gabriel's art, but he does have good potential, because there's some face expressions that look good, but then there are times when it doesn't look so good. And sometimes the character models look good too, but there are times it looks bad. It's like these two guys have the same art style problems. Like they both tend to rush things, and then everything becomes unorganized and lazy. It's just, this kind of disappoints me a bit. And the action is also all over the place. It's not organized at all. And it kind of lessens the beauty of the colors in this issue, because there's two colors in this issue, and they both bring bright or dark colors to the characters, and it also makes you feel emotions sometimes too. So it's kind of sad that the art lessens the effect of that. Now for the theme of this issue, I think is traumatic memory. Traumatic memory can be a tricky thing because it can rip you apart and tear everything that you love and care for. It can make you crazy, weak, damage your organs, or lose your confidence or who you are. It can even sometimes kill you. But the thing is, with memory, it doesn't really have a strength. It's really up to you to bring the strength out of you in order to defeat the memory. Because memory it doesn't really have anything. It's just you giving the power over you. So it's really up to you to get over that. And you see this with Magneto. I mean, Magneto sees how this man can like take away everything in his brain, tearing him apart. Like, it's just like you see Magneto with deep sadness and pain. It just seems like he can't take it anymore. And you really hope for the best for him to, you know, get out of there, because memory is really not anything. It's just a memory, and you can do anything with it because it's going on in your mind. You can do anything in your mind, and that's what you hope for Magneto. So I give this issue a 4 out of 5 or 9 out of 10 stars, and I think Coloban knows how to do great emotional stories. It really moves you. I really like how Magneto gets torn apart by Hitzig, and you see him lose his identity and soul of who he is. He doesn't have that much power as much as he used to have. It's really sad to see that in him. And it's just, I wish Star was a little bit better. It's very inconsistent, and it really lessens the impact of the colors and the emotions of the writing. I think I would have given this issue a 10 if the art was better, because when it comes to comic books, writing and art matters. Both of them do, because it brings some strength when both things are good. And when one thing is bad, it kind of unbalances the meaning of the book. But I still think you should get this issue because it's very emotional, and it shows an example how memories can traumatize you, and you see what it can do to you. And it's good to learn that, because that's a good importance in your life. That's something you go through, and I think you'll like to see that with another character. And this issue really has a way of showing emotions for you to feel emotion for a fictional character. So that's all I can say about this issue. And if you want to reach me on Twitter, just reach me at iSlick. And if you want to check a variant version of this review, go to metacomics.com or reviews of ultimateawesomeness.blogspot.com. And I also want you to put any comments down below and tell us how you feel about this issue, or if you liked it or disliked it. Just let us know how you feel so you can give a response. So talk to you guys and see you then.